Okay, just bring me a note. If you have a medical condition, I need to know.
If we don't stand up for the pledge, we cannot use the restroom.
Right.
This is an insane story coming out of May River High School, where this teacher, per the video, refuses to let anyone use the restroom until they perform the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's in your computer, whoever has a medical condition.
Wow.
It's literally in your computer.
Okay, I'll look and see if you have a medical condition.
That's literally
Why, you have a medical condition?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'll go look.
I'm a type 1 diabetic.
All right, just stand up for the pledge.
What if I don't want to?
All right, don't then. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. All right,
No,
goodbye. Go.
That will,
Yeah, I know.
Here's what we know thus far. Reporting has been sparse, but the Island Packet's Chloe Appleby, shout out to her, put in her write-up, the man's name in the video, who we all just saw, is Lawrence Scandoni, who teaches math. The long and short goes as follows. One student would request to use the lavatory, but the teacher refused. For this, after what we just witnessed, he has been placed on administrative leave, per Candace Bruder, the communications officer for the Beaufort County School District, though Appleby noted Bruder would not confirm the teacher was the actual lecturer in question or address why he was on leave in the first place. It is policy per Bruder to not have the teacher who is being investigated on campus, so it fits protocol. As for the pledge, here is the Beaufort County School District policy page that I pulled up. The superintendent may not operate in the BCSD in such a manner that fails to comport with the South Carolina law regarding recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Any person not wishing to recite or otherwise participate in the Pledge of Allegiance shall be exempt from reciting and or participating, and, this is the big one, because we're going to touch on this a little bit further in a moment, shall not be penalized, okay, for failing to participate in a manner which does not materially infringe upon the rights of others or disrupt school activities. Now, to understand the history of all this, we turn to the National Youth Rights Association, who had a good breakdown, and it would read in part, in 1943, the United States Supreme Court confirmed that students in public schools have a right to not participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. At the time, the West Virginia Board of Education required all public school teachers and students to salute the flag and recite the pledge. Two students, Gathy and Marie Barnett, refused, stating it violated their personal beliefs and religion, and they were expelled for taking this stance. They would bring a lawsuit along with other students who also refused, and it finally ended with the United States Supreme Court ruling 6-3, by a vote of 6-3, that it is unconstitutional to compel students to salute the flag and recite the pledge. This is very important. They would add federal courts have decided that not only can you keep quiet during the pledge, but you can also sit down and raise your fist in protest, as long as you're not disrupting others. That's where there's the gray area of, oh, if there's one or a few students or even a teacher who feels uncomfortable and they say you're disrupting my pledge, well then, I mean, they're leaving a lot of room here. Then they conclude, however, many teachers and school administrators either do not understand the law or still feel it's okay to force students to participate. In recent years, some students have been suspended or had their grades lowered, which I'll also expound upon in a moment as well, for not saying the pledge. Teachers have also intimidated students and even physically forced them into standing for the pledge. These attempts to punish or force students into saying it are illegal and unconstitutional. One egregious example, as reported by The Hill, details the case of Marie Oliver, a black student who was given an F because the teacher, Benji Arnold, would demand students write out the pledge or be given the worst possible grade. So Oliver squiggled a line, taking a stand. And what resulted was a failing grade. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStrom Show. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, blue sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you. So the school would be sued. A statement would read soon thereafter: the Texas Association of School Boards, a risk pool funded by Texas school districts, has paid $90,000 to resolve the case before trial. I wonder why. Wrote NBC News. Oliver, who is black, had exercised her constitutional right to decline to participate in the pledge out of her objection to the words "under God" and her belief that the U.S. does not adequately guarantee liberty and justice for all, especially for people of color. Well, freaking men to that. The lawsuit, by the way, stated she faced harassment and she was retaliated against. Personally, this is one of those rituals in the United States that I just don't understand. And the reason I don't understand it is not because I can't comprehend what they're trying to do. I do. It's the fact that it's still here and it's still prevalent and it still exists. Looking back, I tend to just ponder, what were we thinking? And why is this still a thing? I feel the same way about the pledge as I feel about the national anthem being played before a basketball game or a football game or a hockey game, a baseball game. Did I say baseball game? Boxing matches. Why? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. It is to carry on the legacy of indoctrination, and a way for us to abide by the flag and kneel down before the flag, whether metaphorically or not. And it is also a means of control. Once you control the populace into thinking and buying into the quote-unquote America First agenda, then they will throw away their rights at every turn because they believe that it makes them more American and patriotic than the other, when really you're just being duped. We were duped as kids, and now some of the parents that defend the schools, and the teacher in this case, are being duped as well. But I don't know, maybe they don't see it. Maybe they see it as, hey, these kids are really in the wrong. These kids don't even know what's good for them. These kids should be doing the pledge. All I would ask of that are simple follow-up questions to lead a horse to water. Because this model is not only outdated, but it is in poor taste to continue this approach with our youth. And I'm at least hoping that some schools will step up and say that you don't have to. The problem is the backlash from conservative America, as we have seen on so many different issues, will be loud. What the school must do is not give in and set a precedent. Hopefully we see it soon. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.